Howdy gamers, Old Gamer Guy here. Welcome to another first hour impressions video where I play a new game for about an hour and then I edit that footage down and give you my very vague impressions and opinions about that early gameplay. Empire of the Ants has nothing whatsoever to do with the cheesy movie of the same name, but I highly recommend watching that movie because it has terrible special effects. But never mind that. It is the first day of spring, and the ants are awakening. It's not long before they emerge into the sunlight to explore, and one such group of explorers stumbles across a butterfly. One of the group gets distracted by the butterfly, and you guessed it, that's me. I guess I'll say right off the top here that I'm really surprised at the amount of exploration and even platforming there is in this real-time strategy game, but never mind that because water is bad. Make a note, ants don't like water, but luckily we have a quick respawn and I can get right back into the chase. You actually catch up with the butterfly several times and it flies away, but this is the final encounter here. Obviously I'm an insect, so I can crawl on any surface, and that can make the controls feel a little bit awkward, but I find that I am getting used to this as the game goes on. I think you can see that the visuals are nice. This is 4K footage on a regular PS5. There's no HDR going on, and I don't believe this frame rate is 60 frames per second. I'm not sure how the PS5 Pro version will perform in those regards, but I will go ahead and tell you that as I am making this video today, I am eagerly awaiting the delivery today of my PS5 Pro. So we'll be getting some PS5 Pro videos on the channel soon. But never mind that. We have reached one of our sister ants. They are all referred to as sisters, and this one says that I look disoriented. We have a couple of unknown objects in the area that need to be investigated, and maybe if I walk around a little bit that will help me to wake up. So that will be my first objective. There are two objects, but I'm just going to show you this soccer ball here, or football, or is it a football ball? I'm really not sure, but never mind that. These things are basically just giant collectibles. You climb on them and then you search for these scent molecules, and this object has 5 of them. Once I find all 5, then I have unlocked the huge sphere for my collection. So hooray for me. But now it's time to head back over toward our sister once again. And she says that there are still some missing sisters in the nearby forest. So she wants me to go check out their last known location. And I find a memory pheromone. This is another type of collectible, but also a little bit of storytelling, sort of like the holograms in The Division. But never mind that. We've done a lot of work here on our first day awake in spring, but now it's time to head back home. We are heading toward our home anthill, or city, as these things are called by the ants. It says this is based on Bernard Werber's saga, which kind of intrigues me because I am the sort of person who will sit and watch a documentary on insects. But here we are. We are in our home area. Eventually you go to different ant hills. I think I've seen 3 of them so far in the story. In the area there are some conversations. There are some collectibles probably. The exclamation points are missions. This conversation is quite short. This ant is heading out on an expedition, so they don't really have much to say. But some of these conversations have multiple choices, so you can get a good amount of backstory. But the exclamation point is the most important thing. There are different types of missions, exploration missions, and then other types that are more strategic and more like your traditional real-time strategy games. So speaking of that RTS gameplay, let's take a look at some. We have some conditions in the upper right-hand corner, which kind of makes me think there could be a skirmish mode added to the game, but right now there is no skirmish mode. There's multiplayer and there is the story, which is what I'm playing through. Those are our first two legions. We have warriors on the left and gunners on the right. I can switch between them with L1 and R1. I can aim with L2 and then send them somewhere with R2. Obviously, this is still the tutorial, so it's kind of telling us where to send our troops at the moment. But we have captured this hunting outpost, which was overrun by termites. And when I interact with it, it brings up this radial menu. We have a defense section there, but right now they want us to go into the Legion section and create some workers. I could wait for this to happen, or I could switch to the workers and then hit square. And I'm using food here to speed up that production. The workers, they count as a melee unit, but their main purpose is to do some manual labor. So we're going to send them over toward this pine cone, and they will collect pine cone, bring it back to the nearest nest, I think, and then we will use that as wood for production. Now we're going to go back into the menu and go over to the defense section, and we're going to build a wood barrier and some nest gunners. I'm going to go ahead and schedule both of these constructions to happen at the same time. You can see they take different amounts of different strategic resources, but I can schedule them at the same time. Once again, I could wait for this to take place, but when I go over here, it would take more than 8 minutes if I didn't speed it up. So I think you can see the importance of the resources and even stockpiling the resources. But never mind that. We have an approaching legion of termites, and I'm going to skip over this battle entirely. So now we are returning to our home anthill. The warriors appear to be faster than the workers or the gunners. So that's something to keep in mind when you're playing through a battle, because you don't want your warriors to show up without support. But never mind that. We are back in the home area and we're going straight into the next battle, the next mission. All of these loading screens are pretty fast. And we start off automatically with a conflict here. Some more termites are attacking our gunners. The gunners can't be moved while they are in combat like that. So I'm sending my warriors to help out. And now the gunners can be moved because the warriors have engaged the enemy there. Zooming in shows us some fairly nice animations. If I get too close, I start to take damage, but you can see the ants generally are dominating the termites. You can see them slamming them against the ground and then kind of drop kicking them off to the side. I like the animations in this game. But as you might notice, I can't actually do anything right there. When I interact with this nest, they want us to go into the economy and build a chemical laboratory, and that will allow me to build upgrades of a superior tier. Now going to the information tab, they want me to build cartographers. That will give me a mini map. And now you can see we are out of chambers here. I would have to upgrade the tier of the nest again to get more chambers, I think. I can take control of both of my legions by hitting L1 and R1 at the same time. And I'm just kind of moving them here into the middle as a precautionary measure. And now we're going to make the trek over here to this nest because they want us to build a wood farm, a wood yard, and a mushroom farm. we can't build those things in the same nest. So I'm going to put a wood yard here. When that is built, it will slowly generate wood. We're going to fight with these insects here in a little bit. But right there we have another resource. There's some food right there. It's a finite amount of food, but we'll get to that in a minute. Right now we're going to go into the economy, and we're going to build our mushroom farm here. So now it's going to be generating food very slowly in this nest. Now they want us to go and build the veteran cartographer upgrade. So I have to go back to this initial nest where I built the cartographers. And now I have access to the upgrade. And when that upgrade is finished, I will be able to zoom in on the mini-map. So I guess the usefulness of that particular upgrade is kind of debatable. But now we're going into the powers section of the menu. We are unlocking reinforcement call, which is a healing power, and you'll see me use that here in this last battle, even though I don't really need it. But first we need to upgrade our troops here to veterans, and this is one of the few things that you can do from a distance, at least early in the game. And I think if I had my way, I would probably make more things doable from a distance like that. But you may have noticed that when I upgraded my warriors, my initial warriors disbanded, and the same thing just happened with my gunners. So now when the veterans are built, they will be built in those respective nests. Each legion is associated with one nest. Once again, this will take some time unless I decide to use some food to speed up this process. So there we go. I just sped up my warriors. Now I'm speeding up the gunners. And now we are ready to take on these other bugs. These are fire bugs up here. I'm moving my gunners up, and then I'm climbing up high to get a good view, and then I just realized that I forgot to move my warriors. But like I said earlier, the warriors move a little bit faster than the gunners, so it won't take them too long to get into position. There is actually a power that you can unlock later that will temporarily speed up all of your legions, and it is quite a useful power. Some of the maps are quite large with multiple strategic points, so that's, I think it's called Dash Pheromone, and that is a good upgrade in my estimation. So now I'm moving my gunners up here on this hill, and they'll be in position, but they won't fire until the warriors engage. I actually have two powers available there in the lower left-hand corner. The one on the top is a shielding ability that I think adds extra health temporarily. And then the one on the right is the reinforcement call that I unlocked at that nest. And I'm going to trigger that one by holding the digital pad to the right. There is an area of effect. Some upgrades are passive. Some of them are active abilities like this that do have a cooldown. You can get upgrades which increase the effectiveness, I guess, but also lower that cooldown. But never mind that. We have won the battle, and now I'm going to send this 172 food to the nearest nest, and that is that for this level. So this is basically the end of my first hour of gameplay. I did get into another battle, but I was not able to finish it in that hour, so I'm not showing you any of that here. But I'll show you one more feature before I end the video. If you leave the game on the main menu, then if you don't touch the controller, then eventually the menu will fade away and you get a nice little screensaver sort of effect, and it will show you the current anthill where you are doing missions in the story. So this is actually the third anthill that you're seeing here on the screen. And we get some nice relaxing music to go along with it. I think this game is pretty good. I've noticed on IGN, I think they gave it a 3 out of 10. On the PlayStation Store, people who have bought it have it rated at about a 4.3, I think, 4.4, somewhere in there, out of 5. So the people on PSN seem to like it better than IGN, and I like it better than IGN. I do have a few small criticisms, mainly the travel time. You get a power eventually, I think it's called burrows, and it allows you to move quickly to one of your nests from anywhere. You don't have to go to a nest to use it. As long as its cooldown is ready for you to use it, then you can use it. But I think they should probably just give you that from the very beginning, and I don't think there should be a cooldown. That's just my opinion. That may just totally break the game, I suppose. But it's something I've been thinking about as I've been playing. But I don't really have a whole lot of criticisms for this yet. I am only an hour into it, so it's hard to say how deep it is. You do unlock other units as you go. Super Predators are one of your legions, and I think there may be different types of Super Predators. But yeah, overall I like this a lot. So that will about do it for this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. I'm enjoying the game so far, but what is next on the channel? Like I said, my PS5 Pro should be arriving today. I'm very excited. I will certainly be setting it up and trying it out. I don't know what games will be first to show it off, but I think I'm definitely going to have to buy Metro Awakening very soon, because that looks amazing. But for now, as always, thanks for watching.